Hello, hello. Welcome to the Skates Any Percent tournament. My name is Marcus, and I will be taking y'all through today's match. We got Fab versus S2speed. We are in the second round of the losers bracket, so these two are fighting for their lives in the tournament. But yeah, let's hope we get a good match. Looking forward to it. Currently, we are counting down the runners, so we will be starting very shortly. As always, we just need to wait for the stream delay to catch up. Hello, hi everyone in chat. I hope you are all having a nice day or evening or whatever time it is where you are. And we're off. Can we get some KP people arrives in chat? Let's go. Let's see here. First bet. Oh, good jinky RNG there from Fab. And ooh, struggling a little bit to get the aggro there. Jinky didn't want to cooperate for speed. But overall, you know, standard stuff. Nice King's Pass. Both of them hit the soft fall. And it's going to be a 51 from Fab. That's nice. That's very nice. You love to see it. 54 from S2speed, so struggled a bit more there, but sometimes that happens, you know. We are now coming up on the infamous Elderbug skip, where you have to avoid feeling bad and shameful for ignoring Elderbug. Very hard trick for those with empathy. We're coming up on the Gruss, the infamous Gruss drop here too, which is sometimes a hard trick. Oh, S2 does take a hit in there, but does make it through without anything else happening. See if we can get a nice double spike here from Fab. Nice, very clean, very clean. Gets a decent amount of GO2, 10. Speed is a little late and does not end up hitting the first one because of it. But still, you know. Ends up doing fine. We got a very interesting section here where you hold right for a long time. That's the if you want to know what running low percent is like, that's about it. You hold it's basically the VS split, but with some interesting sections in between. Pretty good ad for low percent, for real. Everyone loves VS, it's their favorite split. Hell yeah. Very clean stature pogos here from both runners. Let's see if False Knight decides to be kind or not. Fab gets good RNG, nice. You love to see it. Oh, S2 got bad RNG and managed to accidentally hit False Knight too early on the first hit. Which, for those who don't know, if you hit False Knight too early after he lands, the hit doesn't damage them. Apart from that, though, nice and clean. We're gonna have a 329 VS here from Fab. And it looks like we're going to have a 40 maybe for speed. $29 is very good, though. That's definitely very, very nice. 41 for speed, so they are 12 seconds apart after VS. A little bit of a rough start there for S2 speed for sure. But that's just VS. Yeah, sub 330 is very impressive for especially for a 33 runner to pull off in a race. And he first boulder. Was a first spit, but a little bit unfortunate getting hit there by it. Just getting one of those awkward spit trajectories. Let's see here. Does S2 speed have the same luck? Yes. And doesn't get hit by it either, so very nice, very nice. The boulder has decided to grace us with equality today. Fab is going to be going for the boulder insta-kill here. Let's see. Nice. Doesn't have any issues with it. Just have to be a little bit careful that you don't greet it too hard, and it's pretty much guaranteed. Nice fireball skip there, too. Makes into green path at 5:15. That's a lot of Gruz at the end of the Gruz climb for speed. Which can be nice, but also annoying. It's like... Nice wrench just to upslash and avoid the boulder there too. And it does hit the fireball skip as well. Very, very nice. 531 entry, so they are, I believe it was 15 seconds apart. Fab does end up accidentally fireballing the wrong way on the first fireball skip, but backs it up with a second attempt doing it with a single fireball. Very nice. Both runners got plenty of geo here. If you have around 100, you are usually feeling very comfortable. Fab getting a little corner landant there. You always hate that. That's like the main way you get it on 1.221. On 1.5, you just randomly get it like all over the place. But it's pretty rare on 1.221 unless you land or like walk into a corner like that. Speed does end up not getting all the hits on the Moss Charger, but does at least manage to make it up to the next ledge with the damage tank. I did miss the Moss Knight from Fab, but considering he left with 3 soul, it must have been a clean double. Let's see how S2 speed does. Goes for the double first, waits longer, and goes for the double right away instead of doing the fireball first. The single and then jumping up. But does still hit it, so very nice. There's some clean Moss Knights there from Fab as well. I have every time I read Fab's full name, I read it as Fababull, which is the Swedish word for bun, like a raisin bun or whatever, you know, the thing you eat. Can't help it. But yeah. Nice Moss Knights for speed, and the Hornet fight is looking good here, although Hornet didn't want to be doubled. Got slightly stuck in the ground as she does. It's going to be a 7:52 cloak though for Fab, which is really good for the PB, I must say. That is plenty to improve it down into like the mid 32s easily. S2 speed working on Hornet as well, manages to get a what looked like a decent fight from the bit that I caught. Both runners have plenty of Geo as well. That was an 8-12 cloak from speed, which means they are now 20 seconds apart, so Fab is like gradually but consistently widening the gap so far. Now we move on to the claw split, which is always a fun one. It's just, you know, you get to showcase your dash movement skills, and it's the split with the least RNG in the run, which is always always fun. Sort of, you know, how you can measure how you are doing on a particular day. See how good your claw is. The only RNG there is actually for the Manta's early control, which is whether the one, when you go up past it, whether it decides to attack you or not as you pass, because it loses a little bit. Ooh, unfortunate dunk there from Speed. I also saw that Fab went for the Wii Pogo, which is technically also RNG, so... True, asset pools are RNG, they just suck you in sometimes. This is how it works. Clean early control there, though. Solid claw from Fab. Only very minor mistakes. Going to be looking at a 733 quit out from him. Let's see how Speed does on the E-Pogo and Mantis Pogo bits. Nice, very clean Boomer Pogo. Fab making his way over to Gruzmom, just with a little detour into the Stag first, so we can use that later to get to peak. Very clean Mantis Pogo from Speed as well. And a nice early control to go with it. Very, very nice. Yeah, but that acid dunk definitely helped widen the gap a bit more here. Looking at 10 minutes on the dot quit out from Speed, which puts them 27 seconds apart. These are professionals. You should not be bathing in acid at home. These are trained professionals. Ooh, very nice cleanup. You love to see it. Do not try this at home, yeah. Speed gonna be heading up now and buying the stack, while Fab will be taking some intentional damage tanks on the way to Sly and back to set up the Shade Skip. Very nice. Grosmon being a bit rude on Speed's side. Ooh. Looks like Fab is having a moment with the the shade being a bit rude there, including the shade fireball. Does go for 1 slash. Ooh, just barely clips the ceiling and loses it. Has to go for the 3 slash backup. Clean up. Yeah, nice. Say that 5 times fast. Clean up from speed. And ooh, nice chain there from Fab as well at the end of Blue Lake. You love to see it. Cling. Yeah. Definitely the same thing. Speed doing the damage tanks now. Whereas Fab is making his way over to the Dream Nail. He's going to be do some G-plats, which is quite fun in my opinion. That's right, Drum Nolan. Shade skip here from Speed. Let's see how it goes. Nice. Nice and clean. No shade fireballs, no nothing. Goes straight for the 3 slash and ooh, does end up hitting it, but that looked very slow for some reason, like the wall cling storage. That was interesting. Is that an FPS dependent thing? Yeah, it looked like Speed was moving in slow motion during the wall cling storage until he hit the water. That was interesting. Nice dream plats here though from Fab. It's going to be a 1320 dream nail. Yeah, I do know that if you do left-right wall cling storage, it helps negate that FPS advantage there, but I didn't realize it was that bad. Yeah, exactly. I didn't think it was that level. Maybe the stream just lagged at the same time, because that looked... Or maybe... Yeah, that was near... Actually, it could have been. It could have legitimately been that Speed just... didn't hold into the wall during the dash and started holding it as it ended, and so it actually was walking speed. That is also a potential option. Gonna be doing dream plats here though now. For speed. Looking nice so far. Whereas Fab is doing the deceptively hardest. I would say this is the hardest room of the split to do without taking any damage. Takes a lot to be comfortable doing. This is very nice though, plays it safe. Yeah, G-Husk as well, for sure. And Liver Skip, yeah. It's almost like the split is actually has a lot of hard things where it's easy to take damage, and is actually the kind of split that is like, you think you shouldn't need to practice, but you do because it's actually hard. Ooh, a little bit sketchy there from Fab. Felt that. Does get the double on G-Husk though to start with, but not the second one. Was a little bit too slow there, so G-Husk managed to turn around. And forgets to fireball on the way out, so does end up taking a hit. True! It is now possible to hit everything in Shand. Unless you're a Viper. That's the law. Speed in the journal room now. Does need another hit of soul. Very nice. Ooh. Rava's... Oh, the Rava's giving Fab a lot of trouble here. 1 HP. Goes for the heal. Woo! I'm having a bit of a heart attack. Yeah, good choice to bench. I respect it. Also, speed here going to do King Station, so not going for the newer Rafters route, and goes for the safety bench as well. Fab is going to be getting the chandelier here, and then coming up on my favorite boss fight in the run, the Watcher Knights. Let's see how he does. Decides to not do a Dream Nail for Soul before, so we'll be starting with less than you'd prefer. Oh, nice first Watcher anyway, though. Looked like Speed's G-Husk was clean, no damage. Ooh, nice. Hit the Watcher behind with that Fireball as they were spawning in. Very nice. Clean first pair. You love that triple there. Kind of got them in the corner. Got the bounce bug on one of them, but a little bit sketchy. Should have probably gone over to the left. But very nice. Great fight from Fab overall. Only 2 damage taken, and overall just very clean execution. Now it is Speed's turn to shine. Getting the chandelier. And grabbing a dream now for soul before activating the fight. Looks like Speed is doing the slightly more basic damage rotation, where you don't pogo over, which is a fair bit easier. But other than that, definitely very clean on the first night. The Watchers are being a little bit annoying so far, though, on the first pair. They are being roly boys. Kind of obnoxious. Got the first one. There we go, got both. Nice. Could consider taking a safety heal here, but decides to ball. Ugh, more rolling, holy. They really don't like this guy. 1 HP. Speed, I believe. Don't die. You got it. No! At least Speed has the King Station safety bench. But that's a rough one. You do really hate to see it. I'm fine doing comms on my own, Birdie, but if you want to hop in, feel free. I would love to have you. Fab is coming up on rafters here. I'm curious to see if Fab goes for right side. Oh, does attempt it. But does buffer the hit out of the second damage tank, so it ends up being a side slash. Unfortunate. Struggling with left side too, ends up tanking a couple extra hits going down to 1 HP, so has to go on over to the left side to do a safety heal. Speed is making his way back to the Watchers. Just to wait for the elevator. Alright, clean second half at least from Fab. Alright, Speed's gonna be making another 10-tiered Watchers. Yeah, I'm fine, Birdie. I can do it. myself. I'm a yapper. Much nicer so far on this first pair from Speed. They're stacking up nicely here. Not being quite as mean as the first time around. It's such a typical thing. Ooh, Fab taking a hit, going down to 1. Such a classic thing. It's like the first one is incredibly rude and annoying, and then you come back, and then the second one is just like amazing. In terms of RNG, it's not even like an execution thing. They're just being so much nicer this time. Yeah, we have a race coming up in an hour from now as well for the next one. If anyone, whether birdie or otherwise, would like to help calm that one. S2 is going to end up having a 2052 Watcher Knights exit. So obviously a fair bit behind. Fab does a bit of a lep for. That just means the rest of the run is blessed, as we all know. We'll be buying Lantern here and has plenty of geo to spare for the last bit of the run. Gonna be making his way to Crystal Peak. Not Peaks. It is simply Peak. Because it is Peak. Little annoying there in the infected vengefly room. That fun. Well, I don't know if it's a fun fact, but it is a fact. That is arguably, at least for a long time, it was definitely my favorite room, or not my favorite. Sorry, the opposite. My most hated room in any percent. The infected vengefly room. It's mean. Pogax here from Fab. Nice. Very clean, very clean. No issues there. Speed's making their way down to Lem, because Speed does not do rafters. So that is obviously going to be making back a little bit of that time loss from earlier at Chandelier, where they were a little over 40 seconds apart. But unfortunately, the gap has been widened a lot by that unfortunate death. Also, I saw it there again. Speed's walking surge through that gate just looked like it was like 2/3 speed or something. It's quite a massive difference. Fab coming up on the Crystal Heart Gauntlet, which is quite fun. Can be a little scary though if you're not very confident in it. But nice, very clean. And those underplat. Woo! Let's go! Looking at a 23... Oh, stream had a bit of a lag, but 23:24, I believe, for the time. Oops. Oh, Speed having a little bit of a water struggle here. Level lads being rude too. Did need a bit of geo, because you need 2357 is the number you're looking for post-lem. If you're doing Devout Skip, that is, which I don't know if... I believe Speed should be doing Devout Skip because he did Moss Knights earlier, and usually if you do one, you do the other. Though you can still skip Rafters to do King Station. Those are separate things. Fab making his way over now to Umu, while Speed is going to grab the Lantern and then heading towards Peak. Nice Trinomi drop here. while Speed is doing the Fireball strat. I wonder if we're gonna see an attempt at the Walking Sturge and Enter Archives here. No. Looks like we aren't. Does end up getting hit by the Luma Flies as well, which is unfortunate. But the rest of it is nice and clean. Let's see here if Umo is kind today. Starts off with a nice fast attack. Into a slow, so we're not getting best RNG at least. Too slow. That does mean that it's guaranteed to be a fast after the first cycle, so that's something that when you're running you can keep that in mind in terms of like your dream nails after the first damage cycle. Almost pretty low, but does get... Oh! Misses the first dream nail, but does get lucky with a fast attack RNG. And, ooh, very nice. The damage tank into dream nail. Very nice backup there. Looking good. Nice! Clean 2-cycle from Fab. You love to see it. Oh! I'm not sure what that was. I'm guessing that was meant to be a setup where you jump after the Dream Nail, and they just pulled a classic. The jump isn't bufferable, so he missed the timing. Meanwhile, though, Speed got a very nice Pog Axe in Crystal Peak. Heading through the God Cycle room. Ooh, doesn't get hit by Jerry, but does miss the God Pixel. Also goes for the damage tank strat. Ooh, that was a little sketchy. Almost got hit. Oh, does get hit on the Glim back. Going down to 1 HP here. That is very scary for the last section. Does take a safety heal. Good, good, good. I would not wanna do the last section here on 1 HP. Fab doing some of the best movement in the run, the Archives exit. Whoop. Is having a little bit of a struggle with it though. Speed does do the damage tank strat for the cycle. And does go for underplat and hits it. Woo! Let's go! So overall looked like quite solid peaks there from... I said peaks. No! How could I? No! Quite solid Crystal Peak from Speed. There is only one peak. I'm so flawed. that was looking good from Fab on QGA there. Almost got it immediately, but does end up accidentally. Ooh, that's painful. Dunking twice on the other side, and now once on. Oof. Okay, does end up getting it in the end, and decides to go for the heal. Meanwhile, Speed making his over. Making his over. Talking is hard. Talk hard. Speed run. Speed making his way over towards Umu now. Already struggling a bit in the Gross drop. They're being very rude. Fab gonna be doing the Petra Arena. Does get the double. Ooh! Wow! Kills both in one fireball. That is rare, let me tell you. Doubles both Petras with the first fireball. Holy. You love to see it. But is 1 HP right now, which is scary, so does end up going for the safety heal before the Petla. Petla? Why can I not talk? The Petra Gauntlet. Speed is, while being on 3 HP, does not decide to take the safety bench in Archives. Another couple of safety heals here from Fab. Dunks. Slow attack first here from Speed. Into another slow. You hate to see it. No. Wow. That's so interesting, sir. Also, oh, Speed getting an extra as well. That's so rude. It's gonna be very low here. Oh, does not end up getting the damage cycle. That was awkward. Unfortunate. Gonna have to just focus now on surviving and getting the 3 cycle. Yeah, worst possible pattern, and does miss the first fireball in the next phase too. Very unfortunate. Meanwhile, Fab made his way to the trap bench. Oof, does get the 3 cycle at least from Speed. Doesn't go for the Wolfling storage though. Then quit out. Woo! Let's go! Ooh, Fab doing the dream nail for the early control, I think, unless I just heard the dream nail from Speed. I think that was a dream nail early control, in which for those who don't know, it is better to do, when you have it, to do a C-dash early control. It saves 0.16 over doing the dream nail, and so if you're doing the, obviously you can't do it at Lurien because you don't have C-dash yet, but at Monomon and at Den, I would recommend doing it. Henry, oof, Henry being an asshole to Fab. Goes down to 1, takes heal and goes down to 1 again. George, be kind. Nice. Saves the grub. Damn. Gribby. Is going to account to, or end up going to kill Trevor here. That's this Devout's name. With only 3 starting souls, so it's going to be taking a little while. But does make it through in the end without too many issues, luckily. Speed making his way out of Archives. Gonna be heading over to, presumably to QGA, unless he does Deepness Trout. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Does go for QGA. Ooh. Nice height. Clean 3rd attempt. Alright. Yeah, some people do still do Deep Nest around that point. I would say anything lower than a 35, I would probably assume QG, but not everyone likes doing that trick, so I do not judge. Nice double on the first Petra. And does end up getting a clean Petra pair as well. Meanwhile, Fab is making his way over towards the Black Egg Temple to fight the final boss of the run. Ooh, a little bit annoying there with the Petras being in the way for speed. Any Hollow D's in chat? Yeah, some people just don't wanna, like, it's fine. Hollow D, Hollow D, Hollow D, Hollow D, Hollow D. Here, I need to contribute. Hollow D, no parry. Hollow D, no parry. Be kind, THK. Oh, there's one parry, one dash. Another. Oof. Another parry. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is my fault. It's just alternating between parries and dashes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Fab. You've been comms cursed. I'm sorry. Okay. How could I? I'm sorry. Ooh. Weird jump. We love the weird jump. Let's get into the self-stab phase now. Whereas S2 speed does. Then quit out! Woo! Let's go! Ooh, very kind fountain attack here from THK on Fab's side. Going to be... Ooh, scream skip. Nice! Clean. Good reaction. Nice! GG. Looking at a mid 50, or 34 mid 50. GG's to Fab. Meanwhile, Speed is making his way through Den. Ends up dashing into Parker. Ooh. Gets past George nicely. Doesn't save the grub, though. Can't believe you made the grub sad. Yep, this is the grub. Gets a nice kill on Trevor, though. So, looks like Speed's Den overall went better than Fab's, actually. Which is nice. Has enough Geo as well for the Distant Village Stag. It's time to make our way out of Den next for Speed. I pray that Travis is benevolent. Thank you, Travis. Other than that, you know, nice exit. Ooh, little bit too early on the dash. Is gonna have to. Oh no! No! Okay, good quit out. That was actually a smart quit out. I've actually never thought about that. If you quit out here, you go back to Hera, which is actually faster than going all the way down and around, I think. Oof. I think that might be my first time seeing someone fall all the way down on the way out. Yeah, get nailed, Frank. That's what you deserve. Yeah, that is smart thinking, actually. See? Second time. Second time's the charm. If only we could do that quit out if we fall and then on the way to trap bench, but I don't think that would be faster. Going all the way back to Monomon. On our way to Black Egg Temple to wrap up this run now. Yeah, falling on the way to Hera is a lot more common because you don't have, if you fall, like, you don't have any leeway, whereas on the exit you have a platform in between you and falling, like even if you fall at the top right. But yeah, we're making our way into the Black Egg Temple here. Let's get some more Hollow Ds and cheer speed on for THK. Hollow D, for speedy. Or Horse D if that's your preference. This is true. Surely I won't comms curse again by saying THK don't parry. It would never happen twice. No, no. I'm sorry. I have too much power. I need someone to be my Uncle Ben, I think. Ooh. Rude! That's like 5 or 6 parries already? Did also, I think, end up accidentally iframing a fireball off the wall, which is really annoying, but that's even possible to do. Ooh, more parries. No! I'm sorry, okay, Surfy. I didn't mean to. Ooh. Both of the runners actually getting the fountain attack, though. You do love to see that. That does at least make up for a few parries, but not all of them, I would say. Another parry. Oh! Careful! 1 HP? Should be screaming here, yeah. Does not go for the safety heal. Woo! Not even scared, not remotely. Ah! I'm not terrified at all. Nope. Could be me. GG. Ooh. Not stressful. Not stressful at all. GG's to both runners. End result is going to be a 39.04 for speed versus a 34.57 from Fab. Let's see if we can get the runners in for an interview if they would like.
Hey.
Hello. GG's.
Thanks.
Let's see, we're gonna get S2 speed in here as well. Hello.
High speed.
GG's to both runners. How did you feel overall about the runs?
For once, I had a good early game, but
Yeah.
but a very painful mid and late game.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah. I was talking about your early game. I said like at Cloak and even at Claw that like that's like a mid 32 early game easily.
yeah,
Very nice.
but I started losing time after that. Yeah, on the shade skip. For some
Yeah.
reason, I re-entered the Saluba.
Yeah, I thought I saw that in the corner of my eye. I was curious about that.
And
But
I had to take the safety bench before the Watchers.
yeah, and
I
then
dropped
your
I dropped on 1 HP.
yeah,
So
your rafters was a bit
yeah, rafters as well. Overall, it was quite quite painful, I would say.
yeah. How about you though, Speed? You had some more unfortunate incidents. Uh,
Can you hear me now? Oh,
yeah, I can hear you now.
hello. I
Hello.
was pressing the wrong button. Uh, yeah, I feel like I had a good early game as well.
Yeah, yeah,
That was like one of the best
definitely.
tournaments I've gotten. But then, yeah, the Watchers happened, and
Yeah, that
then
was unfortunate. Very unfortunate. You hate to see it. I talked about that too. Just during the first one, they were being so obnoxious. They were being so annoying to you.
yeah, that was
Very, very annoying. They just went back and forth and doing all the most annoying things. And then you come back, and the second time, they're just like giving you some of the nicest RNG.
yeah, like the second one was probably one of the best Watcher fights I've had. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
classic.
and then
Yeah,
on it, like I knew I was probably going to lose this match, but I wanted to have at least a good run. But after Watchers, the rest didn't go that well either.
yeah. I had a few other unfortunate things like the Umu and the exit after in Distant Village after Hera.
Yeah, I
Smart,
almost dashed
quick,
there.
quick thinking to quit out there though. That's not something I would have thought about.
Yeah, I think I was watching another match when someone almost had it happen, and then the commentators were talking about what would what would they do if it happened, and then I was
Yeah,
like, okay, Kratos is probably the best one.
yeah. I'm confident that you probably save in the region of like 10 seconds by quitting out there immediately instead of going all the way around. But still, anyone in chat have any questions, or do you all have anything else you want to add about your run or your match? Anything fun?
And nothing particular to add. Thank you, Marcus, for commentating.
Of course. Oh, I don't know if you were listening, but I apparently managed to comms curse both of your THKs to have a million parries. I'm sorry.
It was you.
I'm sorry. I have I
Yeah,
have
it
too,
was
I have too much power. And you
yeah,
can't give all this power to one commentator. It's too much.
my last race too. Like I was like, this is a bad run, but let's at least have a good THK, and then I was getting a lot of parries, and then this happened
Yeah,
again.
yeah. That you really got a ton of parries. You got at least like over a dozen. It's wild.
The thing about the distant village volley was like I always dash there because I'm scared of not dashing because it's faster to not dash, but I feel like it's harder to cling to the wall. But I dashed and I also fell down. It was
Yeah,
really
yeah. You
annoying.
dashed a little bit early, so you didn't get the cling.
Oh yeah.
You were a bit too low to actually grab the wall when you did. But yeah, I can absolutely see how that is easier if you have a hard time doing the repress, because I know a lot of people do. It is actually I struggled with it too. Um, in my earlier running, just on those walls, like that one or the one in the infected Vengefly room on the way to Crystal Peak. Just getting the repress when you have to do it really fast at the top of your jump is hard.
Yeah. That one can be. That one is really annoying too as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
About that early game, like I felt like all three of my fireball escape were barely there. Like I thought I was gonna miss all three of them, but I somehow all of them worked. They were so close.
Yeah, that was nice that you end up getting them all. Well, anyway, it is sometimes you're like, oh, I'm not sure if this is gonna work, and then it just barely does, and you feel relieved. You did, if I'm not misremembering, you did a single, right? You, Fab, you ended up falling the first time on the first, or like the first double fireball skip, and then managed to back it up with a single fireball on the second try.
I missed.
That was nice.
I missed the first time.
Yeah.
So, I thought maybe I could back up with the one fireball I have left, and it happened. So sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it happens even to me still. So, woo! Milo is dead. Let's go.
GG.
Let's go.
GG
My
Milo
final
percent.
Milo kill of the tournament.
Oh.
Yeah. Like,
Speaking of which, yeah,
sometimes
will you keep running any percent now that you're out of the tourney speed?
I mean, I would like to, like, I'll definitely keep running in summer before Silk Sun comes out, but I don't know right now. I've been pretty busy. But
Yeah. Hope
even
to
if
see
I
you.
don't run now,
Yeah.
I will run in summer for sure.
Hell yeah.
And maybe it's time to finally learn rafters now that it's already data dropped.
Yeah. All
Oh
right.
yeah, and another thing
Oh.
that was annoying was I got the Photoshop, but I missed the skate movements.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I actually had to like relearn that recently because it's better for Dash Master and all skills. And it took me a moment to actually get it down into muscle memory. But yeah, if no one else has anything to add, I think we can send it off here. We have another match that I will be doing comms for if we get a restreamer for it. I'm not sure if we did yet. There's another match in half an hour that me and Birdie will be doing comms for if we can get a restreamer for it. And then there is another match later tonight. We got a packed evening for y'all in exactly 4 hours from now. The next match is Kara versus Ganymede, and then the later one is Jackbolt versus PK Frog, which we also need both comms and restreamer for so far. But hopefully we can get something sorted out there, and I suppose we should raid into someone while we are waiting for the next race to start. But yeah, thank you all so much. Thank you, runners. Thank you, Serp, for doing the restreaming. And thank you, chat, for being here. And we will see you next time. Bye.
GG.